Blessings, everybody out there in the universe. My name is Sean Myrie, and I'm your host of the Down to Earth podcast. Tonight, I got a special guest coming on. Yeah, a little earlier, 10:30, coming on the spaceship. Got John Snow. Got a new album out right now. 9 years. Out on all digital platforms. Yeah, bless up to everybody out there. Spaceship to see. Yeah, going out to the universe. Connecting John Snow. Yeah, bless up.
Yo,
Right on time, man. Yo, I say this to everybody once again. Bless up. Welcome. Introduce yourself to the universe. To those who may not know who you are, John Snow, the King of the North.
what up, guys? My name is John Snow. I'm a hip-hop artist from the East Coast of Canada. I've been rapping for over almost 20 years now. I had to kind of stop because I went to prison for 9 years, but as soon as I got out, man, it was non-stop grinding, and it's been almost 2 years I've been grinding hard. I actually just dropped my new album. It's out now. It's actually, I'm really proud of it. I put a lot of work into it. It's called 9 Years Later. It's got 13 tracks on there. If you haven't got it,
Bless
get
up,
it now.
brother.
Thank you, bro.
Yo, you remember last time we chopped it up? It's almost been a year, and I seen
Yeah,
like
man.
the progress, and you keep that, like what you're saying, the hustle. What you got, you stay on top of your game. You got different promotions without people knowing it's a promotion. It's just you. That's what I'm saying. It's like organic. So, yo, how's it been? I'm gonna roll this one. I'm gonna roll this.
It's good, man. Honestly, I feel like we're all living in a hard time. So,
Yeah.
like, it's, man, and I've been going through it too, right? So, I've been starting to, like, doubt myself, like, yo, is it just me? But then I see everyone else posting about the same kind of thing. So I'm like, yo, if everybody's going through it, then I just got to stay strong because, we just got to push through it, right? And I try to tell everybody that, I'm good, but I could be better, but I could be worse, right?
That's true. I've been watching the new visuals you have. You got a lot of visuals. And like I'm saying, I'm like, okay, people say fan, but I'm a lover of the art and music. So I listen to music a lot. And when I listen to Jon Snow, it's like it reminds me of back in the days when I was growing up, different hip hop.
Yeah, but it's not only the music, man. You're an entertainer, bro. I watch you on IG, bro. Like, I watch these stories and stuff. You are entertaining. I don't give a fuck.
Thank you. I think a lot of it
you
is, man.
had some kind of series or something, I don't know what the hell it would be, I would watch it.
You're on Big Brother.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Yo, sign me up, MTV. Give me a series, yo.
You're on Big Brother, the virtual one, I think.
What's that?
You're on Big Brother, the virtual one, weren't you?
Oh yeah, that was awesome, man. I was like, so I got hit up by a guy named Ducky. He seen my Big Brother Canada audition on YouTube, and he was like, "Yo, I seen ya. I want to do this. I'm doing this virtual Big Brother." And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm down for that, man. And honestly, it was like it wasn't attached to the real Big Brother, but it was kind of like the exact same thing, but just online through Facebook. It really gives a fan of Big Brother a chance to really play the game without leaving your house. So I was all into it, man. I loved it. I was really psyched about it.
So this album, I'm like very interested in, like 9 years, right? So I saw some of the visuals and I'm hearing the music, and I heard your music before. Like what is like the feelings of these different like songs? What you put together? Is it like the 9 years of you being inside before, like thinking of like before you were inside, like like everything what's been going on?
It really, honestly, I haven't really told the story of prison in my songs yet because I'm not really trying to glorify that at all. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do that, right? So I try to. I'm getting distracted by the there in the background, so loud.
Yeah. Yeah. See? Yeah.
Yeah. So, I just try to spit it for like how, like, honestly, man, I just see so many people out there trying to promote this, violence and gangs, and a lot of them, they're not real. You can tell they're not doing it. Like, I got respect for dudes who are really doing it. Like, I just came across a new artist, 3M French. He's up in Ontario. you can tell he's really living that life, and you got to respect that hustle, right? Like he's a real dude doing real things. But some of these artists, man, who talk about all those things about, you know, shooting guns and getting people, they're not doing that, and that pisses me off because I just did 9 years for doing that shit. You know what I mean? And I could be out here rapping about all that shit. I could gangster rap anybody at anything, but I choose not to because I'm not trying to, like, you know, I'm not trying to be an influencer of crime and drugs and all that stuff. I'm trying to change myself, right?
Yeah. So like, you're from exactly, like, explain like which part east of Canada? Nova Scotia, Newfoundland.
I'm from Halifax, right on the water. Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Well, Halifax, Nova Scotia, and the scene, yo, because you're a vet. Like it or not, how's the scene been? I've been hearing about Halifax for a good while, coming from like Toronto, like me, and like, you know, I search for music. Like, how's the scene of Halifax culture, hip hop, and just like what you know?
I feel like, honestly, man, it's every man for themselves down here. There's cliques, there's different, like, you know, it's like high school, man. There's different cliques that only stick with themselves, but like basically it's no one's really helping nobody else. So it's all about what you can do for me, and that's why I stick with myself. I shoot my own videos. I don't ask, you know, I used to ask people to help out with it, but they always say, oh yeah, and then they don't do it. So I just don't ask no one for nothing anymore, right? I just do it on my own, right? None of them ever give me no credit because they don't want to work with me, right? Because whatever it is. But I don't care. I don't need them. You know what I mean? I just do my thing, right? I'm not asking for features from none of these guys anymore. I might have in the past, but I don't need them anymore, right? I don't need them.
I remember when I was like searching, and you know, like I love music, like the art of music, and I was saying that you know, like I think you had a post about Tom McDonald. Isn't Tom McDonald?
Yeah.
He's a Canadian, right?
Tom's killing it, man. Tom's my boy. Hangover Gang for life, 100%. Yeah, everyone, a lot of people hate on Tom, but you know what? I never will. Tom's killing it right now, man. You know, he's killing it. Shout out to Tom McDonald, straight up.
And where's he from?
Tom's from Vancouver, but he lived in Edmonton for a while, but now he's down living in LA right now.
So he's a Canadian, and he broke a record, a Eminem record. I just tell my brother and some people, they don't believe me when I'm saying that. It's like, you know, they can't believe what I'm saying, but look it up. He broke one of Eminem's records.
Also, if you didn't hear this, he just outbid everybody and won the first Eminem NFT for $100,000, which comes with an official Eminem beat.
Yeah, see that? And Canadian, Tom McDonald. That's what I'm saying. Like Jon Snow, I'm saying, I'm listening to your music. I'm saying, yo, this is some different stuff, but it's good hip hop because I know hip hop, right? It reminds me of like when I was growing up, you know, like listening to what's his name again? He has a show. Tom Green.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Green. Remember Tom Green when he came out?
Organized Rhyme.
Organized Rhyme?
Well, here's the thing, Nick. I was kind of in a time, like a time warp because I was in prison for those 9 years. So when I came out, I was pretty much rapping like I was 9 years ago, right? You know what I mean? So I still got that 9 years ago style. You know what I mean? Like.
So, yo, like, what's some of your inspiration, like artists of hip hop? Like you'd say was kind of influential growing up.
Okay, so when I first got into it, man, it was like The Game, 50 Cent. You know what I mean? It was just, I just did it, was just trying to be cool like everyone else. I mean, I sucked at rapping, bro. I sucked at it. You know what I mean? Like, I was no good at it, but I just loved doing it. You know what I mean? I thought it was fun. I liked doing it. And, you know, I was doing it for the wrong reasons back then, man. I was rapping about drugs, robbing people. You know what I mean? I was just doing it for the wrong reasons. I remember one day I was living in Toronto, my buddy Wobb's Whitebirds in the Honeycomb Hideout, downtown Toronto, and some guy messaged me. He's like, yo, what are you trying to say in your music? And I didn't know what to tell him, and I didn't know what to tell him, and that always stuck in my head. Like, what am I trying to say? You know what I mean? So, like, back then it was more, I used to go by Bobby Franchise, but I cursed the name when I made a YouTube channel, Franchise 666. So when I was in prison, you know, God came and changed everything. He shook me to where I realized God is real, right? You know what I mean? Like, I know that for sure. And, you know, everyone expects you to be perfectly, you know, good after you become saved, but it's a struggle. So, you know, I had to make a choice whether I'm going to leave that life and do something different or just keep going. And I switched my name up, started from scratch, built a whole new thing, and just grinded hard, man. And it's just a different message now.
So you lived in Toronto one time.
Yeah, I moved to Toronto back in the day, man. Back in the day, like back in 2010, I moved up to Toronto with my buddy Wobb's Whitebird. I was staying with him. I used to go to Sergio Senator's parties, Clean Media. I used to go to all them back when DY was around.
Yeah, you know what? like I have good memory still. I remember hearing the name Bob Sanchez. Did you have a video like back in the day?
I got like all kinds of old songs on YouTube and stuff. If you search Bobby Franchise, you'll find some old tracks for sure.
Now, like, how do you feel now? So you yourself as an artist, how you been like your success as like promoting like your new album right now? Like I'm seeing the hard copies is a good thing because there's a lot of people. I tell my brother who still have to there. You know, there's still
You
a
know what it is,
population.
man? I feel like people are supporting me because I kind of brought them along for the journey. Like I kind of give them a lot. Like when it comes to like my posts and, you know, people are following it and they're seeing, you know, maybe not everyone from like back before prison, but people are seeing the hard work and they're like, you know what? I want to support this guy. You know, he's making a change. He could easily be going back to that life and he has every reason to be all messed up. You know what I mean? But I'm not. You know what I mean? I quit doing drugs last year. I stopped doing coke. I stopped drinking last Halloween. You know what I mean? I had to get off that because that was messing my head up, right? So I completely got off that. I'm only focused on just getting better. You know what I mean? Just getting better at music, getting better, healthier. That's all I want.
Okay. Like, I don't know on the album if you have any features, but like artists.
I'm having a hard time hearing you
Do you
because
have
the
any?
music's like.
Do you have any features on this album from like?
Yes. I got a couple features. I got one with my boy Shaw Claire. That's probably like one of my favorite features. We actually got to go to Toronto. I flew to Toronto and we shot a video downtown Toronto with Prince Beats Media, and that was dope, man. That was a really fun time. You know, that was when I was fresh out of prison too, and it just felt like, you know, God is so good to help to get me here, right? I didn't deserve it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't do that, like, you know, but that's how good God is, right? So I got Shaw Claire on there. I got my boy Little Turtle, who did a lot of mixing on the album, and my buddy Jamie Does It, who's from Edmonton. He's awesome. But you know, I do got some bigger features on the way. Me and my buddy Stax, my bro Stax, we got a collab album on its way with a feature with JRD and Jordan. We got Daniel Fernandez on there, and we got Mad Child. So that's three.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wow.
Nice. I want to hear that. When is that? When is that coming out? You guys dropping that in the summer?
Well, we're just waiting for him to record some last bit stuff. He had lost his voice, so it's like we're trying to just get him to record it. But that's basically, we got almost all the songs done. We got to actually, me and Stax have a video coming out. It's a Gangster's Paradise remix. It's crazy, man. We're gonna be releasing that next, and then we're gonna be promoting the album, and then we're gonna make hard copies of that as well.
So let me ask your opinion. What do you think about like how Canadian hip hop is going right now? Because I have to admit, I listen to everything, but I've been really listening to more Canadian hip hop since I've been doing this Down to Earth podcast. I mean, like your music, I've been listening to a lot of like all the artists who come on here. I listen to them. How you feel Canadian hip hop, especially?
You know, man, honestly, I'm really proud of it because, you know, everyone has every reason to say, you know, you're from Canada, you can't blow up, but you know, we're seeing it. We're seeing it happen. So,
yep. We can do it.
You know, so it proves that dreams come true, and I love it. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to Quake. Quake down here just dropped a new album, and he's still doing it. And I love to see that because a lot of these guys, they burnt out. I see a lot of these guys aren't rapping anymore when I was rapping back in the day. So to see Quake still doing it, you know, Classified, they're all doing it. I'm proud of them. Keep going. You know what I mean? It's cool to see people still grinding after all these years.
So, yo, that a hard copy, how could people like get that hard copy?
Well, I'm doing it all myself. So basically just hit me up. You know, I do email transfers and PayPal. And what I do is I just ship it all out myself through the mail or whatever. And I don't got no one working for me. So it's all me, right? I do everything myself, right? So it's personal. I sign every one of them. You know, to the person, I make sure they get it. And I also send a free digital copy so that way they can listen to it while they're waiting, right? While they're waiting for the mail, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you, I have too much special guest this question. What's the funniest thing what ever happened to you when you're like in the studio or like performing? It's the funniest like situation.
Okay, check this out. So I was living in Edmonton 10 years ago. My buddy Sean Bernard. Shout out Sean Bernard, Phoenix, man. He was OG. So he ended up he was performing at City Square, and he was like, "Yo, you and One Deep can come open up open for me. And I was like, all right, cool. I was like, I'm going to smoke a joint. One Deep was like, no, you shouldn't do it, bro. And I was like, oh, screw it. I'm all good. So I get up on the stage, man. It was like 200 people. My first time ever performing live. I choked halfway through the first verse, just forgot it all because I said a word too long and I was stoned and I forgot the rest of the half of the first verse. So once it came in, I was like kind of just standing there, but then once the hook came in, I kept going and finished it. But man, I felt some stupid. Don't smoke joints before you perform, man. Stay sober because it's easy to mess up your lyrics, right? Especially if you're nervous.
It's true. It's true. Everyone's different, but yeah, that's something. So, yo, do you want to like how you feel about performing like again? Like, are you planning to do like maybe a virtual concert if like stuff still flows like performing arenas or that's why you're gonna social media.
You know, I've thought about doing the virtual concerts and stuff, but I don't know, man. I would rather much perform live for people, right? Like, I don't have all the equipment to do those things, but, you know, it's definitely something I was thinking about because you could easily rent that stuff and you could do an outside show by yourself just to film it at least. You know what I mean? Go outside to a field, get the equipment, film yourself performing. It'd be kind of cool. I thought about that. That could be something we do in the summertime, right? If COVID's still going on, something to think about.
Kobe with them Lakers, the homie, I be homies with your neighbors, schooling with them gators. We on stupid with the flavors. Whoop, there it is for them haters. Fresh Prince when we pulled up. Will Smith, Suicide Squad.
I think the music is going through the mic and I can't hear the mic.
Yo, you can hear me now? Yeah, that one's cut off. Yeah, that one is cut. The power probably came off on that one. But yeah, like people want to see a Jon Snow show probably in the summertime. You get what I mean? Down in Halifax.
I'd be down for that, but you know, it's just tough right now because like it's like there's sides divided with it's like people are getting crazy over masks and like it's just no one wants to do nothing. People are telling on their neighbors for you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't know if shows are going to be a thing for this summer, bro.
It's going to be up to the individual artists to do their own thing. That's
what
you got to do. So, like, really, like, if I'm going to do a show right now, I'm going to have to do it myself. Like, you see how you see me right now? Just play that music. Just you get ready, your set, and just entertain.
Yeah.
Right now, you just have to have this quality, like this mic with the good sound, cue it.
Yeah.
Then you hear it, yo. So, right now, I'm going to ask you, what's your top 6 artists of all time? Make the universe hear that again. Top 6 artists of all time.
Top 6 artists of all time. Okay, so, we're going to say Drake's in there, you know. But listen, old Drake. Old Drake when he was hungry. Old Drake when he was doing Congratulations and the old songs, right? That's,
yeah.
You know, he's still Drake, right? So Drake.
Yeah.
We put Tom in there. Tom really inspired me when I was in prison. I gave up hope on hip hop because it was all garbage, Xanax rap. So when I got out, when I seen Tom doing his conscious stuff, that really inspired me.
Yeah.
NF's crazy. NF's dope. NF got he's legit, right? Man, I've been really feeling 3M French lately, man. Bully. I just got into Bully. Bully passed away in Toronto. He's dope. Bully could have really did some good things, man. Bully. Check him out if you haven't, man. He does a song with 3M French called Ready for War. It's a dope song.
I've been hearing about 3M French. I've been hearing about him and seeing this.
I'm telling you, he's going to blow up here soon. You can tell by watching his videos that these guys are real dudes, right? And I respect. I might not promote it myself as my life, but when people are really living it, right?
I'm going to check it out.
You know what? I always liked the Game. Game really was my favorite rapper growing up. You know, I got the CA there. You know what I mean? Like Game was really but you know, he kind of gave up after. Didn't give up, but your time runs out after a while, right? You know what I mean? It happens to everybody, right? But the Game was a big influence on me back in the day.
Yeah, the Game. Yeah, that's good to know. So, anything else you want to tell the universe before we come off the spaceship? Jon Snow, you're a great artist, and you got some good visuals out there, and you got a great vibe, energy with yourself. You know, every time you're on doing a post, doing something, you're always hustling. You get, putting in work. You got those hard copies. You got contests going on. I seen the Pokemon. You had something like a Pokemon contest and stuff.
Try to do it all. You know, I just want to send blessings to everybody watching this, man. You know, if you're going through a hard time, just trust all of us. We're all going through something. So it's not you. Stay strong. You know, God bless everybody, man. I'm telling you. And if you don't, you know, believe in God, maybe I suggest it's time to start reaching out because, you know, he's there waiting for you. Yeah, man, I'm coming out with some more stuff. Me and Stack's got a collab album. I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. So that's what it is, right? I can't stop.
The King of the North, Jon Snow. Respect for coming once again. But this is the Myri Jane podcast now. I got the Down to Earth, but now it's the Myri Jane. I gotta ask you though, what was your best strain of, you know, the Mary Jane growing up before we come off?
Honestly, I don't really think they really had many strains growing up because it was back when it was just weed. You know, you just bought weed. There was no sativas. You got weed? You got weed? I'll take it, right? But these days, man, the Kush. I really like real Kush. People say they got Kush, but you know when it's Kush. That's what I like. I like the purple Kush. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thanks, yo. Respect for coming on the Myri Jane podcast. Brother. Yo, we're high. Yo, this is a branch off of Down to Earth. But respect to Jon Snow. Check out his new album, 9 years. Make it correct for the universe.
9 years later.
9 years later.
9 years later.
Down to Earth. Respect.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jon Snow, King of the North. Down to Earth.
Peace.